If you've been following Sage 2022 or the Sonic Amateur Game Expo, you've probably seen some really cool Sonic fan games. They're all incredible, but one of them caught my eye above any other. And this is how you win me over. With the Nintendo DS, can you see this? You probably can't see this. Let's get a better look! Okay, so what this is Sonic Adventure DS. This is a fan demake of Sonic Adventure with Speed Highway, made by a user named Yaka. And really soon I'll show you some direct feed gameplay on my capture modded 3DS. But before we do that, let's just admire this! They have made a fully 3D Sonic game on real DS hardware. And you can play on an emulator if you want to, but I think it's much cooler to play it this way. Whoop, that didn't go quite right. So they have not just ported the standard Sonic Adventure, they have basically remade everything from the physics to the engine. So it will run differently to what you remember. Like right now I need more momentum to make it up this ramp. But yeah, this is just really rad. So let's go ahead and show you direct feed gameplay so you can properly admire how cool this game looks. And we are back, this time blown up in full screen, so you can fully admire Sonic's big old chunky pixels. The game does not have anything on the bottom screen, so we're just going to showcase the top screen right now. And again, we are running on a 3DS rather than a DS, which is not emulated, still native hardware. But let's try and make this jump, rather than going across the loop this time. Did I jump too early? Oh, perfect! Now this demo actually does not have any sound at all. I think there's usually a life over here. So I'm going to put Speed Highway in the background, but without it, it would sound a bit more like this. Which is to say, nothing. So, the physics are not loyal to the original. This is a completely original physics design. There's a bit of momentum in here, interestingly. So if I can't make that jump anymore because I didn't have enough momentum. So let's go back. There is a spin dash, which I'll showcase in just a second. Well, just about. Here we go, let's use the spin dash. And funnily, because these physics are not really authentic, we actually can't make this jump. There is a moon jump that we can use, but I think we've defeated all the enemies in this area to bounce off them. So we've got a moon jump. We can try getting this guy. But in my previous run, I'm pretty sure oh no, okay. Well, the last time I tried it, he didn't die, so that's on me. Now, one thing they couldn't do was just match all the set pieces, because usually these run on a rail, and I guess because of time, they just couldn't do that. So instead, they just float. But they do have a lot of physics in place, so if we run across this building, as long as there's speed, we can keep going. But if I stop, he will fall. And the main reason I wanted to fall was because I find this area so iconic. I love it in the original. Let's just get rid of these guys. Kapowie. But yeah, look at this clock tower. How awesome. And, you know, the DS had a couple of cool 3D games, like Sonic Adventure, like Super Mario 64 DS, I meant to say, and Cop, and the Alice in Wonderland game. Like, there was, of course, some brilliant 3D examples. But I think mostly because there's no analog stick, it was D-pad orientated, a lot of games didn't tend to go full 3D. And usually there's like a little construction set piece here, but I guess they couldn't do that, so instead we got springs, which is fine. And there's usually some rotating pillars here, which is also gone, but that's fine. The main deal with this is to show what a 3D Sonic game could be like on the DS. And as a kid, I always wanted that. I remember there was an E3 demo, a tech demo, showing Sonic running in 3D on the DS, and it was basically like a special stage, which admittedly Sonic Rush did have 3D special stages, but I always wanted like a proper, portable 3D Sonic game. And we would never really get that until Sonic Lost World on the 3DS, which I don't think really answered my dreams, but I guess I'm glad it exists. Now we've got to try and not bump into any sides here, because we've got to keep our momentum up. And that's tough! That's very tough! I did it! There was no moon jump there, you saw nothing! Now this isn't the entire Speed Highway, this is basically the first chunk. So when it loads into the city area, there's basically nothing, it doesn't load into that. But I still think just showing you this, like, huge 3D DS game, I think Metro Prime Hunters, that was a beautiful DS game, but it also divided its world into a bunch of different chunks. It was very rarely a big area. Now there's usually a rocket here which takes you to that bit up there, which loads into the running down the building zone. But unfortunately, that's not here, so instead we just get a dead end. Whoa. But let's just moon jump around and appreciate the 3D-ness. But yeah, there's very few DS games of this scale, you know? And it's just so cool that it's running this well too. Like, this frame rate's great for what it is. If I were a kid, I would be... My mind would not be here anymore. It would have been like a cartoon where it just floats away. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this, everyone. I think this is just so rad. I know this is quite a short video, but I just needed to show you guys how cool this is. And it's never too late to appreciate the Nintendo DS. So yeah, this is just really awesome. There aren't that many 3D DS games out there, so the fact that Yaka made this in the year 2022 is nuts, and it's really cool for what it is. I love downgraded games, and I love the low poly aesthetic in general. It's just cool seeing what a game could look like if it came out from a different era. This is almost what it could look like on the Sega Saturn, which is rad. So thank you Yaka for making this, and hopefully some of you guys try it out. Not just on emulators, but on actual DS hardware. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you soon. Very soon. This is not a threat, I promise. I love you all.